Hi, again, I'm recording this as a bit of an addendum to the last video tutorial that I made to cover something that I probably should have covered earlier. So, I've made an edited version of the model that I used in that last tutorial. I added this feathering to the sclera part. And let's just pretend for the sake of argument that it looks good, okay? You've got feathering on a part that you want to use as a mask source, and I went and set up the masking the same way that you normally do with the mask sources down here. But we have a problem, which is that when I drag this over here, you can see that the feathering isn't really like affecting the opacity of the layers that are clipped to the sclera. And there's a way that we can fix this, because there's a second way that we can implement clipping on a model. So first I'm gonna undo the clipping that I've set up already by right-clicking this and delete. Do the same thing on the color layer. And what I have to do in order to set up the clipping the other way is first create a new composite, and the iris lines and iris color have to go in there, and so does the sclera, and I'm gonna name it eye clipping. And of course I have to adjust the sorting again. One thing, hold on a second, let me just figure out. I think it's 6. Yeah, 6 works. So what I wish I knew earlier about the sorting is that it's actually the same way that transform values are calculated relative to the parent, so are sorting values. So basically, if you parent a part to another part, and then the child's sorting value is 0, that means that the sorting value is the same as its parent. And if you set it to 1, bigger numbers go in the back, so that puts it behind the parent. And if you make it -1, that's going to be in front of the parent. And that sounds a bit complicated, but it was important for me to figure out, because when I first started messing with the hierarchies, I didn't realize that the sorting values that were generated on import were going to stop working once I started messing around with the hierarchies. I thought I was running into a bug, but the program was working as it's supposed to. Now, on these parts, what I have to do is change the blending mode to clip to lower. And clip to lower is going to clip the part to every part that is drawing behind it within a composite. So if it's not in a composite, then it will like clip to the face skin, and we can't have that, even though this model doesn't have face skin. I'm just demonstrating how to set it up. And now, if I actually move the lines, now it looks like that. Now it looks like you would expect it to. And now you're probably wondering, why do we have to have 2 different methods for clipping? Why can't the mask sources just like respect the feathering and lower the opacity of the layers that are clipped? It has to do with performance. So Inochi2D is aiming to have better performance than live 2D models when you're rendering them in OBS with game capture and stuff like that. Composite nodes in general are more computationally expensive. So the mask sources system is a way that you can optimize your models better and not use the composite nodes. The composite nodes are meant to be used sparingly. Now if I go over to the other eye, This is what the sclera part looked like before I added the feathering, and I've also got the mask source style clipping set up on this model, so you can see that what it looked like with just these. I drew this in Ibis paint with a brush that just kind of had some modest anti-aliasing on it. It looks like this. If I really zoom in, you can see that there's kind of aliasing artifacts on that. You might find that negligible, but if you want to use the mask source clipping technique for performance reasons, but the aliasing artifacts are bugging you, I added a tier line part, which is just skin tone, and basically you can make sure that the sclera, which is used as a clipping source, is just completely surrounded by lines, and that'll make it so that you can't see those aliasing artifacts.